गुरुर् साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. శుభ సంధ్య అందరికి. సో ఎవరు లాస్ట్
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. నువ్వేనా మృదుల?
సార్ దిస్ ఇస్ మృదుల. Yes sir.
Okay.
Sir, today is my turn sir.
Very nice. It's good to hear from you. You can start.
Thank you sir. In the last class Raghavan sir has given an introduction about this row 6 issues sir. Row 6 introduction icharu. So in that the idea is about responsibility, leadership and duty. So మనం రో 5 లో మనం క్రియేటివ్నెస్ ఇవన్నీ చూసుకుంటాము. బట్ కమింగ్ టు 6th row we see responsibility, leadership and duty oriented. అండ్ జనరల్గా రోస్లో మనం చూసుకుంటే రో 1 లో వెదర్ ఐ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఆర్ నాట్ అన్న వ్యూ ఉంటుంది. అండ్ బికాస్ బేబీ ఈజ్ ఇన్ వూంబ్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ రో 2 లో ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉంటుంది, లైక్ క్లోజ్నెస్ అండ్ వార్మ్త్ అనేది ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉంటుంది. ఇన్ రో 3 we see nourishment, love, care. In row 4 job, security, health and health issues ఉంటాయి. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ రో 5 లోకి వచ్చేసి క్రియేటివ్నెస్, ఎక్స్ప్లోరేషన్, ఫైండింగ్ న్యూ థింగ్స్, ఇన్వెంటివ్నెస్ అనేది మనం రో 5 లో చూస్తాము. And next coming to row 6, here we see responsibility, leadership, duty orientedness. So generally job security, health issues అనేవి we generally see in middle aged persons like teenagers and below 30 ఆ ఏజ్ లో చూస్తాము. whoever want to get settled, ఇంకా సంపాదించాలి, we have to get settled, జాబ్ లో సెటిల్ అవ్వాలి అన్న వాళ్ళలో చూస్తాము. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ అక్కడ సెటిల్ అయిన తర్వాత దే వాంట్ టు ఇంక్రీజ్ దేర్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్. సో వి సీ దట్ ఇన్ రో 5 టు రీచ్ ద హైయెస్ట్ లెవెల్ as they are already settled in their job, they want to give a higher performance so that to reach higher level. సో ఈ ఇష్యూస్ అన్ని మనం రో 5 లో చూస్తాము. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఆఫ్టర్ దే రీచ్ అన్ హైయర్ లెవెల్ దే క్రాస్డ్ all the aspects in life. సో ఐ షుడ్ టేక్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ ద సొసైటీ అన్న వ్యూ వస్తుంది. సో ఐ షుడ్ బి రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ అన్న వ్యూలో ఉంటారు. సో వి సీ ఆల్ దీస్ ఇష్యూస్ లైక్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ, లీడర్షిప్నెస్ ఇన్ దిస్ రో 6. And here ఈ metals లో they talk about toughness, as these elements in the row are more hard and dense and they like to face any tough. Generally మనం left side of periodic table లో చూసుకుంటే we see lacking. So they want to gain something in their lives. And coming to the middle periodic table, we see the successful part, whereas in the right side of the periodic table there are issues about losing and hopelessness. So adi manam row 6 lo chusukunte, here left side of periodic table lo we see I am unable to do, I can't able to take the responsibility, and I am facing very much pressure during facing these issues and can't able to handle them. I can't able to take challenges. Giving much pressure and feeling ఉంటుంది వీళ్ళకి. they feel like I'm helpless, irresponsible and I'm disabled or unable to do the things. And all these are issues in terms of responsibility మనం చూస్తాము రో 6 లో. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ అదే మిడిల్ రో middle part of the periodic table loki vaste, here we can see I can stand, I can control the things, I can take responsibility of the things, and I have command over them annattu untaru. And next right side of the periodic table loki vaste, and here they got a success in the middle side, and వాళ్ళకి వచ్చిన success ki there is an attack. So there is an attack on the position, leadership, on the rest of the responsibility. So they feel like they are losing it. So అది మనం రైట్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ద పీరియాడిక్ టేబుల్ లో చూస్తాము. అండ్ హియర్ పర్సన్స్ నుంచి వర్డ్స్ ఎలా వస్తాయి అంటే లైక్ లీడర్షిప్, కమాండింగ్, క్యాపబిలిటీ, పవర్, హయ్యర్ పొజిషన్, అథారిటేటివ్, డిక్టటోరియల్, supremacy, superiority, and they might have dreams as if they are a king. So successful part lo they feel like they are in a grandeur feeling. Next ఇదే మనం ఫిజికల్ ఎఫినిటీ ఆఫ్ ద రోల్ చూసుకుంటే లైక్ when we compare this to our body, how these elements have commanding and control over and taking responsibility of the society. We here in the body, the organs which command and control the other organs are involved in this. So those are brain, CNS, and the heart.
Very good, excellent.
Coming to the remedies, in the row 6, those are cesium, barium, lanthanum, hafnium, tantalum, tungsten, rhenium, osmium, iridium, platinum, aurum, mercury, thallium, plumbum, bismuth, polonium, and astatines. So the remedies in the row elements in the row 6. So next coming to individual remedies. So sir has given so manam first of all first row 1 and 2 lo chuskunte cesium and barium lo they have lack of power to take responsibilities and to stand on their own feet. So a lack of power undam valla they will be dependent on somebody. So as we see in column 1, column 1 లో మనకి ఎలా ఉంటుంది అంటే దే నీడ్ సపోర్ట్. సో ఆ సపోర్ట్ అనేది దే వాంట్ ఇన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్, అండ్ వేరాస్ కాలమ్ 2 కి వచ్చేసరికి వి సీ ద సపోర్ట్ టు బి బిసైడ్ దెమ్, అండ్ కాలమ్ 3 లోకి వచ్చేసరికి వి వాంట్ ద పర్సన్ వాంట్ ద సపోర్ట్ బిహైండ్ దెమ్. So here as they feel lacking in them, so they need support from the others. సో cesium and barium లో మనకి ఏం చూస్తామంటే దే కాంట్ ఈవెన్ డూ దేర్ ఓన్ వర్క్, దే ఆర్ మెంటలీ అండ్ ఫిజికలీ dwarf. And coming to lanthanum, hafnium, tantalum, and tungsten, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, here they start to take responsibilities. And coming to rhenium, osmium, iridium, platinum, aurum, and mercury, here we they make a move and reach successfulness, and they become successful, and later on there is a gradual fall in their success is seen. So here they have power to take responsibility and they maintain the responsibility and the leadership qualities. And next coming to thallium, plumbum, bismuth, polonium, and astatine, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 columns. Here we see losing of the power in case of responsibility. So this losing of the power increases as we move towards the right side of the periodic table. Next is cesium, discussing about the individual remedies. Cesium, here there is idea of lacking the power to take responsibility and the leadershipness, and they feel like they don't have any capacity to take responsibility and no confidence in them. So this made them to completely depend on the others, and they completely rely on decisions of others, as we see in sodium and kalium. And these cesium people, they can't even take the idea of responsibility. And if they say that I can't imagine my life without the person on whom they are dependent. They're like a child. Even though they are grown up, I don't know how to take my responsibilities. I can't even take my own responsibilities. These people are like this, like they can't even stand on their own feet. Next, coming to Beretta. Here, as we see in column 2, these variety people want somebody to be beside them. In cesium, they can't even take the idea of responsibility. They can't even make an idea of responsibility. Whereas coming to barium, they start a step ahead, like they begin to move, but they need support beside them. cesiumలో మనకి ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళకి ఐడియా ఆఫ్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ వాళ్ళు చేయలేరు. బట్ కమింగ్ టు బేరియంలో వచ్చేసరికి వి సీ ఒక స్టెప్ వేస్తారు వీళ్ళు, లైక్ దే బిగిన్ టు మూవ్, బట్ దే నీడ్ సమ్ సపోర్ట్ టు మేక్ ఎ స్టెప్. They came to know that I have to take responsibilities, but to do that they need support, and they feel like I cannot do it on my own. So they start learning things very late, and late beginning to take responsibility of oneself, but only with the support of others. So ఈ ఫీలింగ్ వాళ్ళకి like taking support of the others, they feel like they are crippled, they are dependent, and they have delusion that the legs are cut off. And there is
Hello, Mrudula? Mrudula, are you there? Hello? Mrudula?
hello.
Yeah, Mrudula.
Hello.
Yeah, we lost you in the middle. Please continue. Hello?
Hello, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, now you are audible, but we lost you in the middle. You are telling about some Beretta, I think.
Okay, sir. So Beretta persons are late in coming into usefulness and taking responsibility. And ఈ Beretta persons ఎలా ఉంటారు అంటే, like even though they are we can see this Beretta patients, even though they are very fully developed, and physical గా వాళ్ళు ఫుల్ గా డెవలప్ అయి ఉంటారు, అండ్ దే ఆర్ ఇన్ టేకింగ్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీస్ అండ్ ఆల్. ఆ కండిషన్స్ లో కూడా మనం చూస్తాం దే ఆర్ వెల్ సెట్ ఇన్ దేర్ జాబ్స్ అండ్ ఆల్. బట్ ద థింగ్ ఈస్, బరైటా వాళ్ళలో ఏంటంటే జాబ్స్ ఆ కండిషన్ కి వచ్చినా సరే దే వాంట్ టు బి డిపెండెంట్ ఆన్ సమ్ అదర్. అంటే లైక్ ఏవైనా క్రిటికల్ సిచ్యువేషన్స్ కానీ, లైక్ ఏమైనా స్ట్రెస్ఫుల్ ఈవెంట్స్ అయినా, లైక్ దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు టేక్ ఎనీ డెసిషన్స్, ఆ కండిషన్స్ లో దే వాంట్ టు రిలై ఆన్ సంబడి ఎల్స్ డెసిషన్స్. సో దే వాంట్ సపోర్ట్. నెక్స్ట్ కేసెస్ చెప్పారు సార్. A girl of 16 or 17 years age she's suffering with dysmenorrhea since her menarche, and she can't even go to college during menstruation, and her growth and stature are well developed. She came along with her father, but she narrated all the complaints with shy by head down. Here we can observe the bashfulness of her, and but she do craft works, and she usually get prizes in them. But she looks very innocent. Like manam tanalni chuste, we can't expect that from her. Next, but she scores in her studies, and performance is also very good. But she cannot take decisions, like even like రాత్రి ఎక్కువసేపు చదవాలా లేకపోతే మార్నింగ్ లేసి ఎక్కువ చదవాలా అన్ని వాళ్ళ పేరెంట్స్ ని డెసిషన్స్ అడుగుతారు. షీ కాంట్ ఈవెన్ టేక్ డెసిషన్స్, అండ్ షీ లాఫ్స్ టూ మచ్ ఈవెన్ ఫర్ ట్రివియల్ జోక్స్ ఆర్ స్మాల్ జోక్స్. ఎందుకు అని అడిగితే, like she don't understand the joke, but she laughs as if everybody is laughing, and she laughs till she understands the joke. So here we can know that she is late in understanding. So she was prescribed Berytaka 200, 2 doses, and later Berytaka 1 m. All the complaints are relieved. Here Berytaka persons, they don't seem to be talented, and immaturity అనేది మనకి ఎక్కువ కనిపిస్తుంది, and innocence in their face. Next, another case చెప్పారు sir, that is a 26 years male patient doing his job in Flipkart. In 2018, he has eruptions all over his body, used Ayurvedic medicines, and left side of the body lo eruptions vachayi, but it left these eruptions left a dark spots, and he has history of jaundice for 3 times, and patient himself told that he is lacking confidence, and he won't take food at regular time, and he has work pressure from his superiors, and later he become a team leader, and he has to do everything. He has to reach the monthly targets and all. So this pressures him much, his work pressure, and as he became the in charge, there is no one to help him. So he feels like he need some support from his superiors, and he has dreams of outing with the families, with his family, and a fear of future, needs support from the family, and he always takes advice from his father. Feels pressure when there is no one to advise him. He likes cool climate. చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి no goals from his childhood, only temporary he learns everything by doing 2 or 3 times. He himself told that he's learning. So according to all these, Berytaka was prescribed, and there is an improvement in the confidence, and all the symptoms has relieved. That's it, sir.
Okay. Very nice. So very nice summary, Mrudula. But the only
Thank
thing,
you, sir.
just like I think you had gone through a little bit confused, is the idea of row 1 and row 2. So the experience of womb is more relevant to the row 2 understanding. So the idea for the row 1 people is the existence. they feel their own existence is there or is not there. So the central experience for hydrogen is the idea of existence, whereas the central experience of lithium, beryllium, etc., the idea is the experience of a baby within a womb. So in the row 2 people at the left side of the periodic table, the idea is they are more comfort, cozy, warmth, happy within the supervision of another people, or they are okay to be a little bit, we can say, in the external area dominated by other people. It is not a relevant word to use the word dominated, but they are happy to be under someone, to be under some people. So the idea of under some people is happy to lithium, beryllium and boron and carbon. So these elements of row 2 are happy to be under some people. They feel happy with their coziness. So in the central experience, even in the talk also with these people, when you will go through these people, you can understand the idea that these people has no things concerned with identity, no things concerned with security, no things concerned with security, no things concerned with the idea of responsibility. So that is the idea for these people, the row 2 people. Even in their talk, they are okay. There are no issues for these people with the, so whatever the experience is in the inner side of the people, at the some point of time that will be carried out in their expression. That is where we will get the idea of the unless and otherwise these people are compensated, the very idea of the inner experience which is going through the person's psyche is definitely expressed at some point on the external person also. కాబట్టి ఏ రకమైనటువంటి ప్రాణ చైతన్య శక్తి వారిలో ప్రవహిస్తూ ఉంటుందో అది ఎక్కడో అక్కడ ఏదో ఒక పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైంలో ఖచ్చితంగా వారి తాలూకు భౌతిక దేహం పట్ల, వారి తాలూకు వ్యావహారిక శైలిలోను, వారి తాలూకు విధి విధానాల్లోనూ ఖచ్చితంగా ప్రతిబింబిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. అయితే దీనికి ఒక కారణం ఉంది. అయితే దీన్ని ఎంతవరకు ఆ పర్సన్ కాంపెన్సేట్ చేసి తన తాలూకు మైండ్ని, జ్ఞానాన్ని, నాలెడ్జ్ని ఉపయోగించి తాను ఏంటో బయటికి కనబడకుండా, వ్యక్తం అవ్వకుండా, బయట పడకుండా జాగ్రత్త పడుతూ ఉంటాడో అంతవరకు అతను డిసీజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటాడు. ద మోర్ ద పర్సన్ కాంపెన్సేట్స్, the more he falls ill. But at some point of time, we can get a brief idea of this person at some point of the time in case taking, or even in his external manifestations, or the way he behaves, or the way he deals with the life routine. So
Okay, sir.
yeah, very good. So at some point of time, these people will speak, they are okay, they are always want to wear some fur cap, or they wear cozy clothes, woolen clothes. And when you ask why you wear these clothes, they will give the idea of the experience of the warmth it provides. So when you ask a mollusk person, come, we will take a pic, then he will say, no, 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 I don't want to take any pic. Because his own experience is dealt with such bivalve and gastropod conditions that they are not okay to be expressed in the social life. సో వారి ఆంతరంగికంగా ప్రాణశక్తి చైతన్య శక్తి ఏ పద్ధతిని అనుసరించి ఉంటుందో, ఏ అదర్ సాంగ్ వాళ్ళల్లో నడుస్తూ ఉంటుందో వారు ఎక్కడో అక్కడ భౌతికంగా ఆ రకంగానే ప్రవర్తిస్తూ ఉంటారు. సో యూ కెనాట్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ ఏ మొలాస్క్ టు కమ్ అండ్ టేక్ ఏ డెసిషన్ that I will arrange something here. So these people are not such people. Whereas some lac leoninum is the first person, or some platina arum is the first person. Yes, I will do this. I will take the responsibility here to take something or to have some satsang, etc. ఎందుకంటే వారిలో ఉండే చైతన్య శక్తి ఏం చేస్తుంది, అబో ఏదో ఒక సత్సంగం ఇక్కడ 10 మంది చేరి కాస్త నలుగురు జ్ఞానాన్ని పంచుకుంటారు, we can have some good environment. So these people are the first people to come, took the responsibility, took the leadership, arrange something. Whereas you cannot expect a mollusk to come forward and do all these things. So case taking does not mean that you have to do everything with the experience. There are some things which you have to perceive in this individual. So the first question when you ask yourself is, even before case taking, why this person is doing all this, which will give some idea about the whole disease of the whole portrait of the whole disease which Hahnemann speaks in his 83rd efforts. The total picture of the whole disease. So
Okay, sir.
we will get some idea how these persons will be there, how the main concern for the Rowan people is the own existence of themselves. So the hydrogen idea of flare up, the immediate reflexes, the acute miasm, I want to end my life. We got with one case of hydrogen where the person has some competitive with sister, and at the age of 17 she wants to end a life. Am I exist in this family or not? So the complaint is of PCO, but the person's experience is, and in that case hydrogen helped her a lot. Unfortunately there was some other prescription given by the other homeopath, so the case took a little bit wrong turn. But otherwise hydrogen helped this girl with her PCO and her psychic conditions also, because the very experience is, am I in this family or not? ఏమనిపిస్తుంది ఆ క్షణం, అసలు నేను ఈ కుటుంబానికి చెందిన వ్యక్తి ఉన్నానా, నా ఉనికుందా లేదా? That is her experience, the idea of mere existence, am I there or not? That is the case of Rowan from my experience. Whereas the row 2 experience is that they are okay with some other thing which they are covered with, which they are happier with, that security, that coziness. So they always happy to be within someone's ideas, someone's thoughts. These are people who never complain about their individuality. I should be showdown, I should be someone. No such things. But when we come to row 3, then the idea again comes, who am I? Identity, relationships, care, love, nourishment, etc. So the row 3 people's main concern throughout their life is identity. So some person had asked me, I think Raghavan, then why there is no fall in the row 3 after reaching some height? Why there is no fall? Because from row 4, 5, 6 there is a rise and there is a fall, but row 3 there is no such fall, because the row 3 identity is the human psyche's understanding. Any human on the face of earth at one point of time, when he was realized by the society by some name, will never want to lose that name. There is no fall in that aspect. You take any example. When one people was nominated as Srikanth, at any point of time, whether there is so much crisis in other things, in the security aspect, in the creativity aspect, in the leadership aspect, but there is no such thing happening to the name aspect. Any person does not want to lose his identity. He was remembered, he was dealt with the experience of such identity by such name, by such name of Srikar, by such name of Raghavan, by such name of Mrudula. They will go throughout their life. That is the idea for the row 3. And the row 4 issues is after existence, after the very idea of to be within the womb, okay, then the idea of identity comes. Then for any person, the next idea is family and security. So these people are concerned more with the idea of security. So there is a phrase that these people are born with passbooks and will die with passbooks. Their main idea is to earn, to sell, to earn money. Their idea is about security, earning, buying lands, buying houses after houses. Their primary concern is that these are the things which are going to give security to them. So much funny thing. That is the diseased part. No security will be provided for any person by something which is not long lasting, which is a temporary thing. So the mind cannot understand this in a diseased condition. So he will be in a delusion that this material thing provides me that security. That is for the row 4 people. So the row 5 people, the idea is after having existence, after having the identity, the security, the persons need to be creative. There is nothing to be doing routinistically. You cannot gain anything. So the row 5 people's main experience is that they want to perform. They want to create. So the metals of the row 5 are more shiny, more glittery. And that quality is called nearest, again, luster. So these are the more lustrous elements. So when we reach the row 6, so the existence, identity, security, performance, person has everything. Now there is need for leadership. Now there is the idea of nobility, idea of duty, idea of responsibility. So that is the difference with the above things and the below things. The above people, they want to be looked by some people. So the natrum, magnesium, the silica, the natrum, magnesium, calcarea, kali. So these people need someone. So the idea for the row 3, row 4 people, even in their talk, even the idea which comes to your mind by going through these people case taking, that person does not message me today. So my boyfriend does not message me today that am I eaten or not. Or my husband does not message me. So my husband did not remember my birthday date. Or my wife does not remember my birthday date. So these person constantly put such a questions. Oh, when does we first met? So if the other person comes from the higher rows, then they won't remember all these things. They have so much priorities with the idea of leadership, responsibility, taking the people, talking with people, providing something to others. So that is their idea. So they could not remember all these things. Then the real game starts. So when we go with this type of people where one comes from, and usually these things happen, God creates such things. So we already knew in so much, except some issues, these husband-wife relationships where they come from two polarities. The idea is he wants to learn some X to understand the Y, and he wants to learn the idea of X to understand the Y. From Y, the understand X, from X to understand Y. So people come with different polarities. If you see so many families, except some families, where there is so much God bless for them. Otherwise, we will see these things. They come from different polarities. So he wants to learn for X about Y, to understand Y. And that doesn't happen with that person. He becomes more and more compensated and more pathological. And if it does not happen to Y to understand X, it may be in any relationship, but it usually happens in these marital relationships. So the idea for the upper row people, they want to be seen by someone. They want to be identified by someone. They want to be taken care by someone. So the very idea is who I am going to look. Who is the, where is that person who looks so much caring for me? So when you see some different phrases, some so many funny phrases, someone somewhere born for you. So the idea is this idea, the more immature people, row 3, row 4 people, the identity, people who are more the column understanding, 1, 2, who are clingy with some relationship. But when we come to the higher people, so the ideas are different here. So they feel responsible for others. So these people will take concern. So they will ask others, are you following these classes? So how about you? How your experience is going with the idea of case taking? So what are your gains through these things? So he will take responsibility of to be leader. He wants to do some sarpanch such things. Wants to help the poor people. So the nobility, the idea of duty, the idea to be leader, the idea to be responsible increases in this sixth row. And it reaches maximum when we enter the column 10. And the person's experience is losing these things in the right side of the periodic table. So the idea for cesium is they are okay. The idea for cesium is they are okay. I lack the thing. I lack the idea of being individual. I lack the idea of being responsible. I lack the idea of being duty minded, but I'm okay. But there is some concern that I lack this thing. That is the idea for cesium. So the experience of cesium person is that I lack the power, I lack the responsibility issues. I lack the ability to be like duty minded. The column వన్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ లో ఎప్పుడూ కూడా వాళ్ళకు ఉండేది ఏంటంటే దే బికమ్ క్లింగీ టు దట్ థింగ్ కన్సర్న్డ్ విత్ దట్ రో. ఫర్ క్యాలీ దే ఆర్ క్లింగీ విత్ ఫ్యామిలీ. ఫర్ నాట్రమ్ దే ఆర్ క్లింగీ విత్ వన్ టు వన్ రిలేషన్షిప్. And for cesium they are clingy with the idea that I lack the power of being individual, I lack the power of being duty minded. So these people in their talk, what I identified, I don't have the case of any cesium, but what I identified is in their talk also మనం ఖచ్చితంగా చూడొచ్చు the row issue is more and more minimized and the column issue is maximized. మామూలుగా కూడా మనం కేస్ టేకింగ్ లో వ్యవహరిస్తున్నప్పుడు ఈ కాలం వన్ పర్సన్ పీపుల్లో మనం చూస్తుంటే రో ఇష్యూ కన్నా కూడా ఆ క్లింగీనెస్ పార్ట్ ఎక్కువ హైలైట్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. That is the idea here in the column 1. So the cesium understanding is more about the I lack the power to be duty minded. I lack the power and the ability to stand on my own feet. I am dependent on others. I cannot handle responsibilities. So the column will give you that he is clingy and the row will give you the idea of the responsibilities. So the person's main experience in cesium is I couldn't handle any responsibilities. I am clingy. I am dependent on someone. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything on my own feet. And when we move a little bit to the Beraita understanding, so the second column will give you that the structure had begun. So these people will give the central idea that what is the delusion? My legs are cut off. So these people have the idea that I should take some responsibility. It's not okay. ఓకే పర్వాలేదు మన రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీస్ తీసుకోకపోయినా పర్వాలేదు అనే ఐడియా ఉండదు. రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీస్ తీసుకోవాలని తెలుసు, బట్ yet I am dependent on someone. So in any crisis point, ఏ పని చెయ్యాలన్నా they are not okay with the idea that I am dependent on other person. They feel that they should not depend, but they should depend as there is that lackness. There is lack of that ability, so they should depend on others. కాబట్టి ఒకే టైంలో రెండు పరస్పరమైనటువంటి విరుద్ధమైనటువంటి ట్రైన్ ఆఫ్ థాట్స్ నడుస్తూ ఉంటాయి బెరేటాలో. ఐ షుడ్ బి ఇండిపెండెంట్ బట్ ఐ షుడ్ డిపెండ్ ఆన్ అదర్స్. And it will make more a hell of life per Beretta person. Because the cesium person is okay ఓన్లీ డిపెండెంట్గా ఉంటే ఉన్నాం, రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీస్ మనం హ్యాండిల్ చేయలేం, ఓన్లీ ఏం చేస్తాం. సో ద ఐడియా ఈజ్ ఓకే ఫర్ దెమ్, బట్ ద బెరైటా పర్సన్స్ ఐడియా ఈజ్ నాట్ ఓకే. దే హ్యావ్ ద ఐడియా దట్ ఐ ఆమ్ డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ అదర్స్, నేను వాళ్ళ మీద డిపెండ్ అయిపోతున్నానే అనే ఒక ఐడియా ఎప్పుడూ రన్ అవుతూనే ఉంటుంది. డిపెండ్ అవ్వకుండా ఉందాం అనిపిస్తుంది కానీ ఉండలేడు. And it will give you the idea of that syphilitic taint. These people are more syphilitic. So the Calcarea people are soric people, they are hopeful. The strontium are psychotic people. When we come from column 4, 5, 6 in the column 2, and for every column, for every row, the idea is they need one person to be along with them, who will hold their hand and make them walk along the path. For Calcarea people, the idea of that other person is giving some security to him. The idea second. For the strontium person, the idea for the to be other person who is walking along with him is giving some mentorship, is helping him in the idea of performance, in the idea of being creative. And for the Beraita people, the whole idea of the other person who he holds the hand is that he will assist me in my walk of duties, in my walk of responsibilities. Calcarea కార్బ్లో ఎవరి చేతినైతే ఇతను పట్టుకుంటాడో వారు ఆ చేయి తనకి సెక్యూరిటీ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తుంది అనేటువంటి భావనలో ఉంటాడు. స్ట్రాన్షియం ఎవరి చేతనైతే పట్టుకుని నడుస్తూ ఉంటాడో అతను నాకు ఒక మార్గదర్శిగా ఉంటాడు నా జీవితంలో అనేటువంటి ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్లో ఉంటాడు, అనేటువంటి అనుభూతి పరంగా జీవితం సాగిస్తూ ఉంటాడు. కానీ బెరైటా గార్బ్లో ఎవరి చేతనైతే నేను పట్టుకున్నానో అతను నాకు నా డ్యూటీస్ చేయడంలో, నా తాలూకు బాధ్యతలు నిర్వర్తించడంలో, నేనేం చెయ్యాలో అవి చేయడానికి ఈ మనిషి నాకు కావాలి అనేటువంటి వ్యక్తీకరణని మనకు అందిస్తూ ఉంటాడు బెరైటా పర్సన్. And the exact opposite is what we see in the Kent's Materia Medica. This the exact opposite idea. What's the idea for Beraita in Kent Materia Medica? ఎవరైనా చెప్పగలరా? The best thing Kent wrote in his Materia Medica about Beraita. The idea of Kent Materia Medica. ఎవరున్నారు? ఎవరు లేరా? శ్రీకర్, రాఘవన్, జాహ్నవి, మహేశ్వరి. The pillars of Kent Materia Medica. Childishness. Okay. Any other idea? The Kent's phrase of Beraita. The best word he used, imbecile. Kent used for every materia, for every remedy. When we go through the Kent's idea, definitely he will give some word which signifies the whole personality. అది అసలు కెంట్ గొప్పతనం. ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ dwarfish. Dwarfish is the idea Kent had given. So what's the idea of dwarfishness? What he wants to convey with the idea of this dwarfishness? He ప్రతి ఔషధానికి కెంట్ ఒక పదం ఇస్తాడు. When we go through different ideas, we will go with such remedies. When we go with different remedies, we will go with such ideas. The idea of dwarfishness, what does it mean? So the idea of dwarfishness means that he is completely undeveloped. Very good. It is completely undeveloped state and he wants someone to be developed. ఎవరో ఒకరు కావాలి నేను డెవలప్ అవడానికి, both mentally and physically. So these people clinically, when we go through the Kent understanding of understanding the Beraita carb persons, they are so much imbecile, so much underdeveloped, so much childish, late learning to talk, late learning to walk. So these Beretakar people, according to Kent, are those people who come to life lately. Kent bhale maatadiya. Delayed milestone. What does it mean? Yeah, we are okay with the phrases, but how to see in the cases? Adi Divyasri manam chodalsindi. It's not about the idea of those things that are dealt with innumerably in our textbooks, in our materia medicas. So people are okay with studying and learning, but how to see them? That is the idea. So people are writing theses, doing PGs, doing PhDs, but the main concern for homeopathy understanding, those who are aspirants of homeopathy, ఎవరైతే హోమియోపతి శిష్యులో వారు నేర్చుకునేది ఏంటంటే హోమియోపతి గురువు దగ్గర the idea of how to see these phrases. Dwarfishness ante ela chodali, undeveloped ante ela chodali, delusion cut off anedi ela observe cheyali. But these things are not dealt in academic studies. 3 ఏళ్ళు 30 ఏళ్ళు చదివినా కూడా people are okay with false records, okay with other things. ఆ టైంకి దొంగ కేసులు పెట్టేయటం, లేదు యూజీస్లోనైనా పీజీస్లో అదే పని, అంతేగాని దాన్ని అర్థం చేసుకుని ఎలా చూడాలో అభ్యాసం చెప్పగలిగేటువంటి స్థితిలో వారుండట్లేదు. ఆ రకమైనటువంటి ప్రణాళిక అక్కడ నడవట్లేదు. అందుకే మ్యాష్ గారు ఎప్పుడో చెప్పారు, సో హోమియోపతి అనేటువంటిది గురు శిష్య సంబంధంగా అనూయాంగయంగా నేర్చుకునేటువంటి తప్ప పాఠశాలల్లోనూ కళాశాలల్లోనూ బోధించేది కాదు. యు కెనాట్ టీచ్ హోమియోపతి జస్ట్ ఇన్ కాలేజెస్. ఇట్ ఈస్ సంథింగ్ టు బి అబ్జర్వ్డ్ యాజ్ ఎ guru shishya relationship, where the guru will do all these things and the shishya by seeing those things will learn that art. So the dwarfishness, how you can understand? The undevelopedness, how you can understand? The late learning to walk, late learning to talk, how can you understand? There are numerous remedies. There is agaricus, there is ginkamet, there is syphilinum, there is beretakar, there is bufo, there is borax. How can you identify all these things? So in a clinical study, beretakar people are not so much restless people, they are underdeveloped. So the idea for them is remaining imbecile. The idea for jink people, they are completely restless, move here and there, wander here and there. They are not the people who sit silently in a corner. Although they are undeveloped, although they are imbecile, there is so much movement in jink. So the agaricus intensifies. There is some silliness associated with them, along with the imbecility, along with the not having clear-cut understanding, along with not having so much development in the brain. The jink people will move. The agarical people will do silly things. They talk sillily, they behave sillily. And when you go a little bit into bufo, it extensifies in bufo. There is sexuality along with the idea of not developed clearly. So the bufo mental state is more associated with sexuality. At some early stages, they have so much idea of sexuality. So masturbation is the keynote for bufo people. that start masturbation very early because they come from such a source. The baryta is a mineral, agaricus is a mushroom, zinc is a mineral, and bufo is a animal. So people behave, the idea for animals is sexuality. They have to attract the opposite. When you go to spiders, when you go to mollusks, when you go to snakes, so people behave according to their own vital force. There is nothing more than that. So the baryta, when we come again to baryta, when we go clinically, how to understand these people? It's not simple. Dwarfishness, childishness. Okay, how to identify this dwarfishness? Yes, one of the cases excellently reported by Mrudula, that people will hide themselves behind the furniture. One of the classic cases of baryta. They are so much okay, so much underdeveloped that they does not want to face the public. So they will hide behind the furniture and see the physician. ఇలా పక్కకు దాక్కుండి ఇలా చూస్తూ ఉంటారు. And one of my classic cases of baryta, I think Raghavan is the leader. Okay. He will share that experience at one point of time, that this boy at age of about 9 to 10 years came to me for by her mother, and this boy does not want to see me. He just hid behind the mother, and the mother's complaint is he is not learning properly. He couldn't do anything, no mathematics, no studies. So I started the treatment with Beretacard 1M, and slowly I increased the potency to 10M. And in a span of 3-4 years, this boy completed 10th class in first class, Pradhamika, Madhyamika, Rashtra, Pravesika in Hindi. He's very much interested in Hindi language. And in the last, I think before Corona, I had a follow-up, and the mother had came with a pack of sweets that her boy completed Pravesika. What a wonderful experience. ఎంత బాగుంటుంది అసలు. ఎలాంటి పరిస్థితుల్లో ట్రీట్మెంట్ మొదలు పెట్టాం, ఒక ఐడియా కూడా చదివి రాయలేని కేసు. And the mother shedded into tears. So these are the cases which give you the understanding of baryta, where the person's idea is that he is lacking the ability. He could not do anything. He hides behind the furniture, does not want to take responsibility, does not do anything. By God's grace, there is no intervention with other remedies by other homeopaths, very luckily, so that with baryta, he completely drastically changed from underdeveloped to developed child. It is one of the classic cases in my experience, because I had a follow-up of almost 3 to 4 years from about age of from about I think 8th to 9th class to inter. So this is idea of baryta. And there is one more thing about baryta, the classic case of Sankaran sir, where he identified this idea of baryta. ఒక ఆవిడకి జాయింట్ పెయిన్ స్టార్ట్ అయ్యాయి. సరే సార్ ట్రీట్ చేస్తున్నారు, చాలా మందులు ఇస్తున్నారు, బట్ హీ కుడెంట్ హెల్ప్ ద పర్టికులర్ పర్సన్. సో చాలా రోజులు అయిపోయాక, కొన్ని నెలలు అయిపోయాక సార్ టుక్ ఏ రీటేక్ ఆఫ్ ద కేస్. సరే రీటేక్ తీసుకున్న తర్వాత ఆయనకు అర్థమైంది ఏంటంటే వీళ్ళు ఒక కమ్యూనిటీలో ఉంటున్నారు, అయితే కన్నడ తమిళియన్ కమ్యూనిటీ, అంటే ఒక ఒక గేటెడ్ కమ్యూనిటీలో ఉంటున్నారు. అండ్ దేర్ ఇస్ ఓన్లీ వన్ పర్సన్ హూ న్యూ కన్నడ. ఐ థింక్ కన్నడ, తమిళ్, we will go with Kannada. Who knew Kannada? So that woman was died 1 year back. So the only person who the patient knew by name, language, etc. is that lady. ఆవిడ ఒక్కళ్ళకే కన్నడ వచ్చు. మన పేషెంట్కి ఆవిడ ఒక్కరితోనే సత్సంబంధాలు ఉన్నాయి. ఆవిడ ఒక్కరితోనే ఏదైనా చెయ్యాలన్నా, మాట్లాడాలన్నా, ఏం చేయాలన్నా ఆ పర్టికులర్ లేడీతోనే. అలాంటి ఆవిడ చనిపోయింది. అండ్ దిస్ పర్సన్ గాట్ రొమటాయిడ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. సో వెన్ సార్ ఎంక్వైర్డ్ అబౌట్ ద ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్, సో షీ సెడ్ దట్ I am dependent on that person. Now who is there for me to assist all my duties? Because she used to help me a lot in my duties. I don't know anything. She used to assist me. She used to do help me. She used to give suggestions, give ideas. Now where is that person? How can I lead my life? So by understanding this central theme, this central experience of the case, Sir gave Beretta, and which helped beautifully in that lady. So the idea of that delusions legs are cut off is that they could not walk or move without the other support. కాళ్ళు తెగిపోయే అనే డెల్యూజన్ అర్థం ఏంటంటే, వారు అంటే ఎవరి అయితే వీరు ఆధారపడి ఉంటారో, ఎవరి సపోర్ట్ అయితే వీళ్ళు తీసుకుంటారో, వాడు లేకుండా జీవితం ఎలాగా అనే ఊహ కూడా వాళ్ళకి ఇబ్బందికరంగా ఉంటుంది, భయంకరంగా ఉంటుంది. ఐ కెనాట్ మూవ్ వితౌట్ ద అదర్ పర్సన్. దట్ ఈస్ ద సెంట్రల్ థీమ్ ఫర్ దిస్ పెరెట్. And when another case about the idea of Beretta is a woman of age about 35-36 years consulted. She is an old patient. We are giving some other remedies for sciatica. She had sciatica, and now she is so much worried about her husband. ఈవిడ మెయిన్ ఉద్దేశం ఏంటంటే, హస్బెండ్ ఆవిడ విపరీతంగా ఇష్టపడుతుంది. ఆ హస్బెండ్ అంటే ప్రాణం. హస్బెండ్ లేకుండా బతకలేదు. సో అతను సొంత బావే, అతన్ని పెళ్లి చేసుకుంది. ఈవిడ దెబ్బలాడి అందరినీ ఒప్పించి మరీ పెళ్లి చేసుకుంది. సో అతను ఏదో బిజినెస్లో చితికిపోయాడు. సో చితికిపోయిన తర్వాత నుంచి ఈవిడికి పాపం బాధ మొదలైంది. ఇదివరకు చాలా బాగా బతికాం, ఇప్పుడు ఇబ్బందుల్లో ఉన్నాం, సరే ఎలా ఉంటుంది ఏంటి, సో మచ్ టాక్, ఎమోషనల్ టాక్, ఏడుపు, ఎలా బతుకుతాం, డబ్బులు లేవు, ఇలా చాలా వరకు టాక్ నడిచింది. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద ఐడియాస్. సో వెన్ I retook this case because the case is going nowhere and the person developed BP, hypertension, 35 years lady with 2 children. BP వచ్చింది. So some heart, chest pain, she used to complain frequent chest pain. So they went for angiogram and said that there is something related with the coronary arteries, not fully blocked, but there is some atherosclerosis problems developing. So there could be, at any way there could be some heart complaint. You should be careful, you should lose weight, you should stop oil, etc. And they gave some ecosprin, etc. So this is the idea, and the patients and the persons again approached me. So I said, now I am going to prescribe nothing for you, I want to retake a case. So these people will reside somewhere at about I think in Chennai, etc. So I am not going to give any medicine. I said, no sir, we are having a good relationship with you, and he's a good friend of me also, so from Chennai. So I said, yes, but all these things won't help the wife. So I said, if you want a proper medicine at this juncture of time, it's only can be done with a good retake of a case. So if you want a proper medicine, I am literally stubborn with these things. If you have to do something good for the patients, we should spare some time, take the case deep and then prescribe. It's a good thing to be done. And I'm a little bit enemy towards to other patients who wants quick results, quick look. They don't want to wait. So one of the patients recently, she took an appointment and she came after 2 or 3 days. She made a phone call that I couldn't come. I will come at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, if you want a proper case, you should come by appointment. I will spare some time. I will deal with the case for about 1 or 2 hours. Then only I can help you. I am stubborn with the idea. కానీ ఆ అమ్మాయి నా మాట వినకుండా, so she went to some other homeopath who wants to take the case in a normal way, just a mere look of the case and prescribing these things. కొంతమంది అలా ఉంటారు. We cannot comment on those people, but we should understand that these types are not going to help unless and otherwise we took a detailed case taking, a complete case with so much care and attention. According to Hahnemann, we are not at all going to help these patients. Even the results we get are temporary. So people should make their schedule in such a way. So she went to other homeopath who just gave the medicine superficial. She was okay. She said, నాకు తొందరగా అయిపోయిందండి, మీరైతే అపాయింట్మెంట్ అంటారు, అవంటారు, ఇవంటారు, గంటల తరబడి తీసుకుంటారు. ఓకే, బట్ what about the result? Are you getting a proper result or not? What about the quality of your prescription? So you can increase your patients quantitatively, but what about the quality? It's getting lower and lower by time. When you do not spare and I am seeing in the patients, I know so many homeopathy doctors, and these people are fond to be emotionally connected with patients, and the prescription falters because the patient urges at any moment of time to prescribe something for me, and we know that this is a wrong prescription. The old symptoms are getting back, the hearing loss of cure, but this emotional connectivity will hinder you and want to prescribe you something, and the case gets spoiled. Even in the Beretta case, which I just told to you, at one point of time he got eruptions all over the body, the small teeny with itching. So the mother wants to help. Doctor, give some medicine, but I know that it is not a harmful thing. No, but I said, yeah, I am giving good medicine, excellent medicine for skin disease, and it will be bettered in 1 week. So after 1 month of follow-up, no betterment. No, said I am changing medicine. 2 months, a little bit 10% better. So I said, no, we should have a clinical blood test. There is nothing in blood test. Another month passed away. The patient is 40% better. So after 3 months, by looking the clinical investigation, I said there is nothing related with blood. It's completely skin disease. So there is no worry. We are going to change the entire treatment pattern. మొత్తం ట్రీట్మెంట్ మార్చేస్తానమ్మా, ఇంకా అర్థం, ఈ స్కిన్ సిమ్టమ్స్ తగ్గిపోవాలి ముందు. I again prescribed placebo and Calimur 6x daily. So after 5 months, he was free with the skin disease. It is the art. We know that the skin disease is something related to his previous thing. We should not intervene. But I know physicians who prescribe, who will change medicines for every visit. And in one of the recent cases, a case of Aram, which I am going to tell you. So where there is LVH, diastolic dysfunction, high dyspnea on exertion, couldn't climb even stairs, where I gave him Aram, and he had beautiful improvement with the dyspnea. LVH got down, BP reduced, patient is okay, he is attending his daily activities. Then suddenly he got back pain. What to do? And one of the other doctors who saw the case gave him Roostocks, because this is the art. People miss these things. So his LVH bettered, BP bettered, he's okay, no dyspnea. We have to make a habit to wait. Give some oil, massage, helps with some physiotherapy exercises. Don't tend to prescribe at that physical condition. So again, the back pain got better and the dyspnea increased. So I went with the next visit. So I again gave him Aram and said that backache will come and you have to wait. So again the dyspnea got better and the back pain got severe. So he at one point of time he called. So I should do something. I gave Ladampal 6 potency. Even I don't want to do this, but instead of going for allopathy, I should prepare the person. So I gave Ladampal 6 daily 3 doses. Nothing happened. So I gave Ladampal 6 and MP 6x, magnesium for 6x. So nothing happened. 2 or 3 weeks passed. So I said, you daily apply some oil, hot massage. So I changed the remedy. Like these things I said. After 1 month, without any medicine, his back pain got better. So I wasted some time by doing all these things. I entertained some time because I knew that the person is better and the symptoms are worse, which is a classical way of cure. But the superficial physicians who prescribe merely on symptoms, who does not follow the pattern of the case. I knew such people. They interfere with these things. They want to prescribe some remedy for everything. ఈ మధ్య మా బాల గణేష్ అతను నా దగ్గరికి వస్తున్నాడు,
హలో
అతనికి అదే చెప్పాను. సో
ఏదో
సో అతనికి అదే చెప్పాను. ద బెస్ట్ హోమియోపత్ ఫిజిషియన్ నాకు తెలిసి ఈజ్ దట్ ఫిజిషియన్ హూ డస్ నాట్ గివ్ ఎనీ రెమెడీ. ఎవరైతే మందు ఇవ్వరో, ఔషధం ఇవ్వరో వాడే ఉత్తమమైన ఫిజిషియన్. బికాజ్ హీ న్యూ ద ఐడియా ఆఫ్ దట్ హీ షుడ్ ప్రిపేర్ ద టోటల్ పిక్చర్ ఆఫ్ ది హోల్ డిసీజ్. సో నిజంగా హోమియోపతి ఫిజిషియన్ అంటే తన్ని తాను, నాకు కంప్లీట్గా ఈ పేషెంట్ అర్థం కాలేదు, నాకు ఇంటెంట్ క్లియర్గా లేదు, టోటల్ పిక్చర్ తీసుకోలేదు, కాబట్టి నేను ఇతనికి అన్లెస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అన్ అక్యూట్ కండిషన్, నేను ఇతనికి ఏ మందు ఇవ్వటం లేదు అని ఎవరైతే తన్ను తాను నిగ్రహించుకోగలడో మందు ఇవ్వకుండా, వాడు దమ్మున్నాడు. అండ్ who wants to prescribe something out of not taking a case fully, not giving any appointment ఏమక్కర్లేదు, మీరు వచ్చేయండి నేను చూసేసి మంది ఇచ్చేస్తాను. ఎప్పుడైనా చూస్తా, డాక్టర్ గారు అర్ధరాత్రి అయినా ఫోన్ చేసి మాట్లాడతారు, ఎప్పుడు ఏదో దానికి మందు ఇస్తూనే ఉంటారు. అమ్మో ఆయన నాకు 10 ఏళ్ళ నుంచి 20 ఏళ్ళ నుంచి వైద్యం చేస్తున్నాడు, ఆయన దేవుడితో సమానం, ఆయన పేరే చెప్పుకుని బతుకుతాం మేము మా ఇంట్లో. At one point of time, This very patient got cancer. Of 20 years of homeopathic treatment, still she ended with cancer. And how does this physician, who she thinks God, helped her? It is not the idea of knowledge or intellect. It is not the faltering of prescriptions, but it is the idea of losing the thread of cure, because you do not know where to give remedy, when to give remedy, how to give remedy. And these things are never taught in our colleges, with due respects to all academic teachers. People couldn't understand these things. These things cannot dealt in a college, because even in IP also, morning one doctor visits the case, gives some remedy, afternoon another doctor comes, will change the remedy, evening some other doctor comes. And what does these people learning? So definitely these people want to visit some allopathy, want to do something with allopathy and earn some money, because people have to make their food. And still people running behind that glamour of doing something in the academic educations, where they could not help even their own families with such faltered ideas. You cannot know where to prescribe. You cannot design a total picture of whole disease. You cannot know what Hahnemann taught in Organon. And you enter the whole arena of society after completing UG or PG at some confusion that what to do, where to see, how to see, when to see. And for this idea, Sir had constructed the idea of Gurukul workshop, because he knew at one point of time aspirants will have that confusion in the mind, real aspirants. So he provided the idea of Gurukul workshop to help those homeopathic aspirants to how to study Arcana, how to follow Kent, how to follow the masters. So the idea of in this case is that when the mental condition, the general qualities are getting better, there is no need to intervene. And the whole idea of that Beretta case, the skin eruptions haunted for 4 or 5 months. But using this method of whether he is improving mentally or not, yeah, he is improving, no need to change remedy. But yet you believe, you make believe, you made believe the person that the doctor is continuously changing medicines for skin trouble and try to help. And in that delusion, 3 4 months passed away and the person got better. So that is the idea for Beretta. So they have that idea of dwarfishness, underdeveloped. So the comparison with other remedies of about late learning, late walking, excellently given by Kent in his Materia Medica. Please go through Kent Materia Medica to understand Beretta at its best. So we are going with the case of this old lady of 35 years age. So when I took the case deeply, so what was the issue with your husband? No, అతను చాలా కష్టపడుతున్నాడండి, ఏమైనా అతనికి ఏమైనా అవుతుందేమో అని భయం, కంగారు, ఆందోళన, ఆ టైంలో చెస్ట్ పెయిన్ వస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో up to this point we have lot of remedies in our mind: ignitia, staphylococcus, nattermore, so much associated with one-to-one relationship, the idea of losing the person, more of Malvaisier, scrofulariaceae, ranunculaceae, loganaceae. So many things are cropping in my mind. So then just, okay, what happens if something really happens to him? No, he should not. Okay, I know that nothing will happen to your husband. Just for a wild guess, what's the idea if something happens to him? So then the person answered that what about the daily routine? How about helping the daughter and son? ఎలాగా నా కొడుకుని ఎలా దింపాలి? ఎవరు దింపుతారు రోజు స్కూల్కి? ఎవరు ఎలక్ట్రికల్ బిల్ కడతారు? ఎవరు హౌస్ రెంట్ అది కడతారు? ఎవరు చేస్తారు ఈ పనులన్నీ? అమ్మో, నేను చేయలేను. ఇప్పుడు ఇన్నాళ్ళు ఆయన ఉంటున్నారు కాబట్టి ఆయన అన్నీ చూసుకుంటున్నాడు, బాధ్యతలన్నీ, ఇంటి బాధ్యతలన్నీ. అతనికి ఏమైనా అయితే ఇవన్నీ నా నెత్తిన పడతాయి. సో ద natrum idea gone, the calcarea idea gone, the ignitia idea gone, the staphysaceae idea gone. And with extreme disappointment about the husband's loss of business, where there is so much idea of the negativity of halogens. And with Beretta Moore, the case did very well. All the chest pain had got diluted. No further chest pains. Even the hypertension, although she was using allopathy tablet, so it was also got better. And importantly, the mental state got much better. And what's the clinical aspect of Beretta Moore? ఎవరైనా చెప్తారా? గౌతమ్, జ్ఞానశేఖర్. వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్. ద హార్ట్ కండిషన్స్, ఈవెన్ ఇన్ ద, మీరు చూడండి బ్యాక్సన్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ కానీ, హార్ట్ ఎయిడ్, కార్డియో ఎయిడ్, ఇలాంటి ఉన్నాయా? కార్డియో ఎయిడ్, గౌతమ్, కార్డియో ఎయిడ్ ఇలాంటి ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా.
అవునన్నా.
అందులో కూడా చూడు, రావుల్ఫియా, క్రెటాగస్, దే డెఫినెట్లీ give valeriana and Beretta Moore. కావాలంటే చూడండి. I knew some products where they include the mixture of mixopathy, where they include Rauwolfia, Crataegus along with Beretta Moore or along with valeriana. కావాలంటే చూడండి మీరు ఆ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ఒకసారి. So Beretta Moore signifies the heart conditions, but we are not went through that idea. ఆ ఐడియాలో మనం వెళ్ళలేదు, but still we went through the total picture of whole disease, and even that signifies the corporate style idea, the mixopathic idea of Beretta Moore indicating in heart conditions. And that is the beauty, because the remedy has the affinity on even on the heart, and that is the primary complaint of this person. So మనం Beretta Moore సెలెక్ట్ చేసి గాల్లో దీపం పెట్టలేదు. Even that remedy will help with the affinity of the human organ also. With the clinical aspect lo kuda Beretta Moore panchestundi. That is more relevant remedy. More we can have a good idea. That is Beretta Moore. A more solid prescription, correct గా చెప్పాలంటే. ఎందుకంటే మనం సెన్సేషన్ అప్రోచ్ లోంచి వెళ్ళాం, ఆ రెమెడీకి క్లినికల్ ఎఫినిటీ ఉంది, అండ్ ఈవెన్ ఇన్ ద మిక్సోపథిక్ వే ఆఫ్ ప్రిస్క్రైబింగ్ లో కూడా డాక్టర్స్ హూ ఆర్ నాట్ ఎట్ ఆల్ కన్సర్న్డ్ విత్ ద ఐడియా ఆఫ్ సింగిల్ రెమెడీ స్టిల్ బిలీవ్ దట్ ద Beretta Moore has helping the heart conditions and made some tonics etc with those remedies. That is the beauty. So it dramatically improved immediately. And again in this case also the same thing happened. She developed sciatica. So the heart conditions improved, the dyspnea got better, the chest pain got better. the mental state got diluted, but the patient had an acute attack of sciatica. And the same thing happened here also. So the other homeopath who went through the case had prescribed colocynth etc. for that lady, and again the sciatica got better and heart condition got worse, and the person had left the treatment in the middle because of the heart condition got worse. So these are the learning lessons for us. When we want to learn, we can learn from each and every case and each and every person. ఎప్పుడైనా ఇటువంటి బాధతో మా గురువు గారి దగ్గరికి వెళ్తే ఆయన చక్క చేతితో తీసినట్టు చెప్పేవారు. పోన్లేరా, నువ్వు చేయగలిగేది నువ్వు చేసావు, ఓకే. వాళ్ళు వేరే హోమియోపతి వాళ్ళు మనకి ఓకే, ఇట్స్ ఎ లెర్నింగ్ లెసన్. నీకు నిజంగా ఒక అద్భుతమైన పాఠం ఇది. సో ఇట్ ఇంటెన్సిఫైస్ యువర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్, ఇట్ మేక్స్ యూ స్ట్రాంగ్. అది ఆయన చెప్పేవారు. నిన్ను మరింత బలపరుస్తుంది. నీ ఐడియా కరెక్ట్, నువ్వు కరెక్ట్ వేలో ఉన్నావు, నీ ఆలోచన విధానం సరైంది అని మనకి మరింతగా ఇటువంటి సన్నివేశాలు నేర్పుతూ ఉంటాయి అని ఆయన సముదాయించేవారు. ఎప్పుడైనా ఇలాంటి ఇబ్బందులు వస్తే, అంటే మనం కరెక్ట్ వేలో వెళ్ళాం, బట్ స్టిల్ అండ్ వెన్ ఎవర్ such things happen, I use it to go into so much depression. పేషెంట్కి ఏదైనా అయిందంటే నాకు చాలా డిప్రెషన్గా ఉంటుంది. పేషెంట్ మానేసిన ఏదో అయిపోతూ ఉంటుంది నాకు. అలా చాలా 2-3 సన్నివేశాలు ఉన్నాయి. ఓసారి అదే ఒక కేసులో, ఎప్పుడో చాలా వే బ్యాక్ కేసు అది. ఆ కేసులో అతను యాక్చువల్గా ఒక రేనల్ క్యాలిక్యులేతోనో దేనితోనో వచ్చాడు. సో ఆ కేసు నేను తీసుకుని సరైన మందు ఇవ్వలేకపోతే నేను చాలా వరి అయ్యి ఏడ్చేశాను, బాధపడి. మా గురువుగారి దగ్గర ఎప్పుడో 2007లోనో 2006లోనో జరిగింది. ఆయన అన్నారు, అంటే ఆయన మాట ఎంత మహిమాన్వితంగా ఉండేదంటే, నీ తపన ఏదో ఒక రోజు పేషెంట్ని మళ్ళీ నీ దగ్గరికి తీసుకొస్తుందిరా అన్నారు ఆయన, ఏదో యథాలాపంగా. నేను ఏడిస్తే ఆయన దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి, అబ్బా పేషెంట్కి, అతను ఆస్నికాల్బం పేషెంట్ అండి, మిస్ అయిపోయాను నేను. అప్పట్లో అంత అండర్స్టాండ్, డబ్బుల గురించి ఫీజుల గురించి విపరీతంగా, ఏంటి మొన్నే ఫీజు కట్టాను కదా మళ్ళీ ఫీజు కట్టమంటారేంటి, ఇలా ఏవో అడిగితే అప్పుడు మిస్ అయిపోయాను నేను, ఏదో మంది వేసిన తగ్గలేదు. సో ఆ తర్వాత నేను బాగా ఈ చదువుకుని అర్థం చేసుకుంటే, ఆ పేషెంట్ ఆర్సనిక్ పేషెంట్ కదా, మిస్ అయిపోయామే అనుకున్నా. తర్వాత 5 ఏళ్లకి అతను మళ్ళీ నా దగ్గరికి వచ్చాడు. ఆయన యథాలాపంగా చెప్పినటువంటి ఒక మాట కూడా పరిపూర్ణమైన సత్యంగా మారింది. అది మా గురువుగారు అంటే. చాలా ఆనందం వేసింది ఆ రోజు నాకు. సో దెన్ ఐ గేవ్ హిమ్ ఆర్సనిక్ ఆల్బమ్ 1M అండ్ ఈవెన్ ఆర్సనిక్ ఆల్బమ్ 10M కూడా. Then he had got some diabetes also along with the renal calculi. So he again approached me. Now I took the case again and he is still in such a state. So I gave him arsenic album 1M. So the stones passed away. So after that acute phase is over, I went with arsenic album 10M also to the same person, and it helped a lot to that case. So this is the idea of the understanding of row 6 and along with some clinical aspects of how to progress in a case, where to see, what to see, how to make follow-ups, how to be stand on a single remedy, how not to prescribe. Okay, ధన్యవాదాలు. గురుర్ బ్రహ్మా గురుర్ విష్ణు గురుర్దేవో మహేశ్వరః గురుర్ సాక్షాత్ పరం బ్రహ్మ తస్మై శ్రీ గురవే నమః.